Hi, I'm David with Heinz Feed on High Places. I'm here at the York Pond Trailhead and I am so stoked I'm finally getting back to my quest. This will be number 6 of 48 for the New Hampshire 48 4,000 footers. I've been looking forward to this all winter, but I didn't have the gear to do winters in the 48. So now that spring is here, I can hear the water running. Ground is a little wet. I hear there's a little bit of snow up top, but not much. So I am raring to go. I got some of my new gear on, my first run with the new trail runners. So I'm just pumped. I am so excited. And come on, let's go check it out. So I had a feeling, don't know what it was, just an inkling that I should check my map. When I checked all trails, I was right on the trail. When I checked gut hooks, I missed a turn, probably about 30 meters back. So let's go check that out and see what's really there. Okay, so case of learn to use your tools better. What I thought was my spot marker on gut hooks was not. I'm right on track. So continuing to move forward. So that is the most snow I've seen on the trail. Monorail is definitely degrading. I was able to work around it without putting on my spikes. So, gonna continue on. I'm almost to Bunnell Rock. And Bunnell Rock supposedly is the only really good viewpoint on this hike. So I will definitely be making the short side trek to see that. A lot of people say you shouldn't hike for the views. I say, why not? Hike your own hike. If that's what brings you joy, then do it. So long as you're not damaging the resource with your hike, do what feels good. Do what you enjoy. Hike your own hike. Anyway, onwards and upwards. So less than a minute after I finished my last video, I come across this. So here we go. I haven't seen it yet either. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, wow. God, you do good work. Doesn't this look like a great place to take a break? I think I'm gonna eat me some pistachios, drink some water, and just enjoy the view. Been looking forward to seeing this place for quite some time. Let's check it out. Not sure I want to share this in my video. Sad that people graffiti it like this. You know, the disrespect shown to the cabin makes me sad. But I realize that it's not just hikers that come up here. You know, people day hike it, people that don't know any better. But it still makes me sad. Well, I did it. I had intended to eat a little cheese while I was up here. It just seemed fitting to eat some cheese on top of Mount Cabot. But I forgot to bring it. So if you're climbing Mount Cabot for views, you better get them earlier on Bunnell Rock, because there ain't none to be found here. But still, this is 6 out of 48, so I'm 1/8 of the way done. Of course, it's the easiest eighth, so it just gets more fun from here. So I haven't videoed much because it's been some difficult traverse. I needed my hands. And to be honest, I got lost a little bit, got off trail. Was able to find my way back to trail, but I had to focus on that. But the reason I had to stop and get video here is because I believe Bullwinkle was here. That looks like a moose track, and another one right in front of it. I could be wrong. It could just be the way the snow is, but that's pretty cool. Maybe those pellets I saw earlier weren't deer pellets. Maybe that was moose. It'd be pretty cool to see a moose out here. Well, I think that this cairn means I'm at the top of the peak called the Bulge. So that's 2. 1 more to go. So I got a little bit of a decision to make. I can continue following the Kilkenny Ridge Trail to Unknown Pond and then take that all the way back down, or I can take this little side trail, 0.3 miles, and summit the Horn. I'm not even at my turnaround time of 11:30, so I definitely have plenty of time. So naturally, I'm going to take the hard way and go bag another peak. Off to the Horn. Yeah, views from the Horn. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. This isn't quite the summit, but close. I'm guessing that's Cabot, and that is the Bulge. So from here on out, it's pretty much downhill. But I haven't quite made it to the summit yet. I got to get up there. So onward and a little bit upward. So I'm not out of water yet. However, there's one piece of gear that I haven't even tested yet. So I'm going to gather some water. Let's see if I can set up a camera to catch me doing it so that y'all can get a good laugh. Well, water filtered, time to book it. back at the car. Completed roughly 10 miles. I'll look at the stats when I get home and probably put them below. But it was a good hike. If you enjoy my video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell so you get all my updates. If you're not interested in all the geeky details, you can go ahead and go now, because I'm going to talk about gear and I'm going to talk about metrics. So if you just enjoy going along and seeing the scenery, go ahead and quit now. If you're a geek like me and you want to hear about the gear and what worked and what didn't, stay tuned. All right, so let's talk gear. So over the winter, I've been accumulating gear, and a lot of it today was the first time I got to really use it. So starting from the bottom up, let's start with the shoes. So I had a pair of Ultra Lone Peak 4.5s, and I loved them. I really hesitated to switch away from my old trusty combat boots. I was so used to them. But I tell you what, I was able to do much better in terms of speed and in terms of endurance with those Ultra Lone Peaks. Now, on the downside, they didn't keep the water out at all. And on this trail, I got my feet wet a lot. However, moving on to the next item, which is my Darn Tough socks. Now, I've used those in the winter before, but always with combat boots, and always, you know, in scenarios where my feet really weren't getting wet. But they were getting wet today. There were a few times that my feet were a little chilly, but never cold. Even though I had stepped in snow melt streams and gotten completely soaked in one point up to about mid-ankle. I mean, I was drenched from the ankles down. And the shoes didn't keep any water out, but it didn't keep the water in. I wrung them out a couple of times just to get them drier, but as long as I kept moving, my feet stayed warm, even when I was walking around and stepping in, post-holing in the snow. So, moving up, let's see. I've got a pair of pants that I turned into shorts. And those worked fine, but I had a pair of athletic pants over top of those. I think I probably should have taken them off partway through, but I never got too awfully warm. So, no real results on those particular items. So it's not new to me, but it's different than what I usually use, my pack. So I took and put a canteen pouch on one side and a phone pouch on the other side of my pack. Problem is, I couldn't reach either one of them without taking the pack off. So that's not something I'm going to do again. I suppose I can put them on the hip belt, but the hip belt on that is just a belt. On the plus side, I did get my full pack weight, including water, down to 25 pounds. So that was good. I didn't have a whole lot of food in there. It was just a day trip, so I had some snacks. But the weight was low enough that I really didn't feel it in my shoulders until darn near the end of the hike. So one item that I purchased over the winter is a zipper thermometer. It's a thermometer that hangs on your zipper, or in my case, it hangs off the edge of my pack. Not sure what to make of that. The numbers that I was getting online and the numbers that I was getting from that really didn't agree. But on the other hand, they agreed with my non-digital thermometer within a few degrees, and it's hard to tell on that one because it's hard to read. So I think I need to try and test that one. And the last piece of new gear was my ear warmer. You may have noticed the bright blue band around my head kept my ears warm. It definitely did the job. The only thing that I noticed was it seems like it maybe could be a little tighter. It liked to slide down. I was having to push it up frequently. But my lovely wife made that, so maybe she can tweak it just a little bit to make it a little tighter. And I almost forgot my new compass. I actually used it a little bit when I was having trouble keeping track of where the trail was in between Cabot and The Bulge. Overall, I liked it. I mean, it's a compass. It points north. It does the job. The only complaint that I have is that you can't hard set the declination. It moves around. The declination adjustment just slides around. There's no way to lock it in. So I may be replacing that with a better one, but it's lighter than my military compass, and it does the job. I didn't get lost. The last thing I want to talk about isn't really gear, but it goes on gear. So those are the apps that I was using. As usual, I was using AllTrails. Don't hate me. AllTrails has its uses. But I was also using EarthMate, which is the companion application for my Garmin InReach, and I was using gut hooks. And I see why so many people swear by gut hooks. It's a great app. It gives you so much more information than AllTrails. And unlike AllTrails, it's not an ongoing subscription. I've got all of the White Mountains, and I paid $30. So I never have to buy the White Mountains again. If I never hike anywhere but the White Mountains, I never have to pay them another penny. I have the Monadnock Sunapee Greenway, and that one was free. Or no, I think I paid $3 for it. Very inexpensive. And then there are several that were free. For example, the Monadnock State Park and I believe Pack Monadnock State Park are both free. So I loved gut hooks. EarthMate, I mean, it's all right. It makes it a little easier to send text messages. Other than that, not a big deal. The main reason for the Garmin InReach is in case of emergencies. Thankfully, I didn't need it for that. So I can't really rate it on that. But overall, I'm happy with most of my choices of gear. I will not be renewing my All Trails subscription next year because most of my hiking is going to be in the White Mountains, and to be honest, gut hooks does the trick for me. So thank you for sticking with me to the geeky end. If you have any questions, comments, just put them in the comments below. I'm usually pretty good about answering questions and comments. And as I said before, if you enjoy my videos, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and ring the bell so that you get all the notifications. Thank you, and have a blessed day.